Welcome to the Luxury Listing Specialist Podcast with Michael LaFido, where top luxury agents reveal their best practices, plus interviews with real estate industry influencers, thought leaders, and luxury marketing experts. You'll come away from each episode with new strategies and tactics to dominate high-end homes in any market. And now for the latest episode of Luxury Listing Specialist. Here's your host, luxury real estate expert, coach, and trainer, Michael LaFido.
Welcome, everybody, to another Luxury Fridays. I'm your host, Michael LaFido. Really excited to have everybody tune in today. I have a couple special guests, which I'll bring on in a few minutes, but you are in the right place. If you're a licensed real estate agent, you're a team leader, you're a broker owner, this is a brand agnostic show, open to all. We have international viewers, and we're really excited to be here today. I just got back from Las Vegas. I was in Las Vegas 3 weeks in a row. I was at various real estate conferences the past 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago at the Alliance Conference. 2 weeks ago, I was at Rise, which is a great team event. I was at Caesar's Palace, and then I just got back from the EXP Global Conference, and I had a breakout session that had over 750 agents in the room. We were really excited to be there. And again, you are watching Luxury Fridays. I'm your host, Michael LaFido. We have various guests on each Friday, usually the same time, same place. Once in a while, we might do a Thursday if there's a conflict, but Luxury Fridays is at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and we bring on various guests, whether it be individual agent, team leader, a luxury specialist, and from time to time we bring on guests that are maybe part of an association, an MLS, some type of strategic partner that might assist agents or team leaders, and that's what we have today. But before I bring on our guest, just a reminder to leave your comments, no matter what platform, whether you're watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Literally, if you leave your comments in the leave your questions in the comment section, I should say, we will literally be able to bring those in and we will see them in real time. So whether it be a question for myself or for my guest, that's the best way to ask questions, is just type them in. I will drop in a link as well, because I can bring you on camera to ask your question as well. So I'm going to drop in that link here in 1 second. You'll see that in the comment sections. If you click on that link, there's nothing to download. That's with this software, which is really nice. So literally this link that I just posted, if you put that into your browser, you can come on screen and we'll bring you on. So we're really excited to have interaction on these shows. Again, let us know where you're watching from. For those of you that are watching a replay, the best way to find other shows, other replays, is go to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is just Marketing Luxury Group. Hit that red subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we plan to go live or we release new content, which we do on a weekly basis. All right, I just talked about an event. I was just at 3 events over the past 3 weeks, and there's an event that I was first made aware of 3.5 years ago, and I happened to speak at it, and I was blown away by, we're talking luxury, and luxury is no longer local, right? Luxury is global, it's international. And so I had the great fortune of speaking at a global international conference that the Miami Association of Realtors put on, and this was 2019, right before the pandemic. And because of that, they haven't had one since, but they are about to, on November 6th through the 8th, down at the Biltmore Hotel, I believe it's still at this year. I'll verify with both Letty and Teresa, but amazing hotel, amazing setting. And I believe there's going to be over 200 in attendance. And so if you want to differentiate yourself and you want to make connections, not just locally, but your feeder markets. So for example, a lot of Chicagoans moving to Florida. So I have a lot of real estate referring partners in Florida and Texas and some of the areas that people are unfortunately fleeing Illinois to, but also international. You need to have your international referring sources as well. And what better way to build those through going to a conference and meeting some people face to face. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on both my guests, which is the first guest is Teresa Kinney. Teresa is the CEO of the Miami Association of Realtors. And good to see you, Teresa. Thank you for joining me. And Letty Oliver. Letty Oliver is, I consider, a dear friend as well. And she got recently promoted. And what's your new title?
Chief of Innovative Education.
Chief of Innovative Education. And when you talk about innovation, the Miami Association of Realtors is top of mind awareness to me as well as others in the industry. They're the largest association in the United States and second to the Toronto board, correct?
Yes, that
is
in the
correct.
World.
How many members are in the Miami Association approximately now?
We have 55,000 primary members and 60,000 total members in Miami Realtors.
Wow. That's impressive. I think second to you in the States is the Houston Association of Realtors. Yes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, we're going to Houston on November 15th for our designation training. We're excited about that. So welcome, Teresa. Welcome, Letty. First off, tell everybody a little bit about the Miami Association of Realtors and give us a little history on that. Obviously, Miami is such a hotbed for relocation and international, and we'll talk about the Congress event here in a minute. But just tell everybody about what the Miami Association of Realtors is. I know you have such a great group of diverse agents down there. Tell everybody a little bit about you and the association, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I'll start out and then I'll let Letty take over and give you a snapshot of why she has that new title and what happens with Miami with regard to education and professional development. So first of all, Miami has just celebrated its 100th anniversary. And because that was the pandemic year, we're continuing to celebrate. And we're going to keep celebrating until we get it completely out of our systems, because we got cut short, in March of our 100th year. So we're 102 years old now, and we're a unique association in many ways. We have 6 leadership boards, and so where most have a board of directors, and they may have a commercial board as well. Ours have 6. So wow. It's the corporate board, the commercial board, the Miami residential, Broward residential, JTHS residential, and I think we may be the only one in the country to have an elected leadership board on the same level as all the others for Miami YPNs. And so we have actually every year about 112 leaders serving in elected leadership positions for the year. And if Letty and I look a little bit tired, it's because we just came back from 3 days of leadership planning conference. And you know how energetic and lively and crazy Miami can be. Imagine putting them plus 20 professionals in a room for 3 days and turning them loose to create and wish for whatever they want. And it was absolutely amazing. And so now it's up to the Miami professionals to make sure that happens. We have the, I believe it's 5th largest MLS that we run. It's our own MLS, but we data share with a number of other associations. We have the 5th largest, I believe, commercial association in the entire United States. And it's an association, but it is part of Miami Realtors. And we are the largest global network in the world. And so we have a lot of plates, on the table, and a lot of issues that we're always working with. And I'm going to let Letty talk to you about education, and then I want to spend just a little bit of time on what's new with Miami Global and Worldwide Global. Letty.
That's great. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Michael, for having us on the program today. As you mentioned, I'm Letty Oliver with the Miami Association of Realtors, the Chief of Innovative Education. We offer over 4,000 programs a year to our members, and that covers from technology, education, specific to what's happening in the marketplace, and also designations and certifications. And when I mean specific to the marketplace is On the quarterly board meetings, we drill down with our board of directors and we ask them what's happening in the marketplace. Tell us what are the main topics. And sometimes they are so surprised that we are turning on a dime and we get them the education scheduled right away.
Wow. And, I had on the screen, by the way, and I want to pop that back up real quick, the main website, which there's a lot of resources, and the header's got tons of various options for people to go to. And so, again, just going to the main website, which is just miamirealtors.com. Now, is that, Letty, I got to imagine on here, somebody, if they want to find a class or, hey, I want to learn more about this, the agents are trained in your local association. They know where to go, where to see the calendar, what's upcoming, whether it be virtual or in person.
Absolutely. Everything is on miamirealtors.com/calendar, and all our classes are posted on there. And then what we do also is, as the classes are getting closer, we post them on the front banner slider that you can see. We have something that's taken off like we never expected it, and it took off during the pandemic. That was the city spotlights, and we highlight different cities. And when we highlight the different cities, we bring in the mayors, the city managers, and they speak specific to that city as to what the realtors can be looking for.
That's a great idea.
And those started with a small attendance of 75, and we're over 100 at some of the sessions.
Now, is that both virtual and in person, or both?
Actually, we are doing those now live, and we do it with a luncheon program, starting with a networking session at 11:30, and at noon the program starts.
The agents will come out for food. They when you said lunch, you got their attention, I bet.
Absolutely, for a nominal fee of $25.
Yes, they got to have skin in the game, because otherwise the no-show rate is out there. So I'm glad that you're charging.
Yes.
Good. So, Teresa, you had mentioned global.
Yes.
Now, that's one of the things I was so impressed with, and I do feel like you guys are the trailblazers for the various associations out there. I'm a member of Main Street Organization of Realtors, and you actually had leadership come and speak here talking about global. So talk to us a little bit about when an agent markets a condo or a single family home down there, you guys offer more exposure than just your local MLS and the local channels and the local syndications, don't you?
We do. We offer a lot of additional exposure. We actually have 235 foreign partners with signed agreements around the world. And so not all of them have robust websites or properties that they can share, but we created a new link. And with that new link, we have a page where if our partner association has listings online, we put a link to their listings online so that members can go and search. Well, anyone, it's not password protected, can go and search. In exchange for that, they put a link on their website to Miami Realtors listings. So in addition to that, we distribute our listings, data distribution through many different cycles and opportunities. We have some specific programs that we promote to our members. And one is Proxio and ProxioPro.com, where our listings are available. And we exchange listings with Costa Rica and France and a number of other places that have a data distribution that can feed into Proxio, which is also good. And that's one of the things we helped introduce the association in Chicago to. And we're looking forward to being able to exchange listings with them as well, Main Street. And so with our partners, we do a lot of different things. We'll get to the Congress and how many people are going to be coming from outside of the country, but I just want to highlight a couple of other global events that we're going to be doing. First of all, at NAR Next, and after the Miami Congress, then immediately is NAR Next in Orlando, the national conference, and Miami for 20 years has exhibited in their global networking center, promoting Miami and our international partners, and features and doing business in Miami. And so that's been a lot of fun.
Oh, great.
Then coming up in February, I'll lead out with Miami just launched YPN Global. And we launched it last year at the International Property Show in Dubai, and started promoting our YPN Global and connecting with different Hovenists for Latin America, or other young professionals organizations around the world, and even associations that don't have anything right now for their young professionals. IPS put us on stage for an hour just to explain to everyone what the Young Professionals Network is and why it's so important to the organization, to the members, and to the entire marketplace. And so there are a lot of other organizations now that are forming their own YPN network. But February 12th to 15th in Dubai, in partnership with the International Property Show, IPS, there will be a 3-day expo and 2 days of conference, one of them being the first ever YPN Global Congress.
Wow.
For an entire day in Dubai.
YPN, Young Professional Network. For those that are tuning in and you're not familiar with that term, YPN, Young Professional Network, the first in Dubai. That's a bucket list item. Have you been to Dubai, either of you?
I have
Yes.
not, Teresa.
I have. And so I was there when we signed our first agreement with the Dubai Land Institute, and have been back and working with them. And last year we were at the International Property Show and Conference, which was amazing. And that's where we did the announcement of the new YPN Global Worldwide Network and our conference that's going to be coming up. And so after 3 days of expo, 1 day of IPS conference, 1 day of YPN Global Congress, the next day, Florida Realtors is just about to announce that it's going to be, this event is going to be part of their official, one of Florida's global trade missions. And they're going to put together property tours of incredible Dubai properties. And that's going to take place on Wednesday. And then for the incredible, you have to do this at least once in your life experience, late afternoon, they're going to get into Jeeps and do the desert safari.
Oh my goodness, man! Sounds
and
like
then
amazing.
Thursday they're free to come home or stay and enjoy or travel somewhere else around. But people will be coming from all over the world to this conference, and it's an incredible opportunity to meet and connect and to do business. So we're very excited. And the registration for this actually 4-day event is $149.
That's it?
The reason it's $149 is because we didn't want that to be a barrier for any of our young professionals, and everybody else gets to benefit from it. Right. And they actually have 3 hotels that are right on the property for the World Trade Center where this event takes place. And so you don't have to Uber or cab anywhere unless you just want to for, evening events or whatever else.
Everything's right there.
And the hotels are very affordable. And so it's just going to be an absolutely amazing time. And so you can get all of the information on that online. You can go to our website and click on YPN Global. So that's February. And then in March, Miami exhibits for the last 15 years in Cannes at MIPIM. And so we'll be exhibiting there again. And we always sign some new agreements while we're there as well. I'd like to promote our partner. We've always got our eyes on them and their membership numbers since they're the largest in the world. Toronto Realtor Quest is taking place May 17 and 18, and we've had our booth reserved with them since 2019.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
2020, yes. So we're looking forward to that. We just found out that IOI for NAR next year is going to be in Miami Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's going to be August 29 and 30 at the Fontainebleau Hotel. And then next, we're incredibly excited. The first ever FIAPSI World Congress in Miami is going to take place June 5th through the 9th at the Nobu Eden Rock Hotel on the ocean, Miami Beach. Incredible great rates for the participants. And anyone who is a FIAPSI member can go onto their app and can register right now and make sure that they get prime rooms set up. But this is the first time it's ever come to Miami, first time it's being hosted by a local group, and first time by a local realtor association.
Wow.
So we're incredibly excited about that. And that's kind of the main global things that are coming up.
Well, when we're talking the main things coming up, Letty, I'll let you speak to this. You and I talked a little bit before Teresa jumped on, but I'm pulling on the screen right now the big event coming up, the Miami Global Real Estate Congress event, November 6th through the 8th. And I'll put the URL up right now for anybody. It's just simple. It's just MiamiCongress.com, MiamiCongress.com. And, I tell, man, I'm so excited. We got Lawrence Yun coming. I mean, I had the great fortune of doing a webinar with Luxury Portfolio International last year with him, and it was the Luxury Outlook. And you have the mayor coming. The mayor's coming. He spoke at the last one as well. He's so well spoken, and then I'm a big fan of this young man here. I tell him and Anthony Lamacchia, they're the two best looking men in real estate. I tell him, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but he's a great guy. So a lot of these people I've met, I've had the good fortune, but it's at the Biltmore Hotel. I was at the last one. I was blown away. So Letty, let everybody know a little bit about what to expect and what is on the docket. I know you're going to have a lot of people coming in. You got large groups coming in. You said there's going to be over 200 people. So let everybody know a little bit about what the Congress event is.
The Miami Global Congress, this is the 26th that we will be offering. It will be held November 6th through the 8th at the Biltmore Hotel. And if you've never been at the Biltmore Hotel, I invite you to just even go to their website. It's the most beautiful historic hotel that there is in Miami. There are member rates, or actually discounted rates, for those attending the Congress. It's a great programming that starts on Sunday at approximately 1 p.m. and it runs through 5 p.m. And that is the opportunity for our partners to come in and highlight their markets, what's happening in their markets, what's upcoming, and then followed by a reception. On Monday, we've got programming that starts at 8:30. And the one thing that we all love is when we've got all the partner associations walking in with their flags representing their countries. And if you scroll to the top of this website, Miami Congress, you'll see that beautiful picture that they love to take of them so proudly holding their flags. Immediately after that, we start the program with Lawrence Yun, and it wraps up at 4:30, and we have a reception that is held at a luxury development location, and it's from 6:30. We do have transportation for those that are from out of town, and it will take you back to the hotel at approximately 8. And then we get the program started again on Wednesday, and it is, Tuesday, and it is from 8:30 to 5 p.m. again with a reception. And included in your registration, you've got 2 wonderful breakfast and also lunch included.
Wow.
And Teresa, what's the price for this Congress?
It's only $199 for 3 days of programming, everything that Letty mentioned, 2 incredible receptions at beautiful Miami luxury developer locations. And when Letty was talking about the Sunday afternoon program, it's all of our international partners who attend. Each of them get to do a 15-minute highlight of what's going on in their market and what the best opportunities are for investment in their market and what their people are interested in investing in the United States. And
that's great, right? So, for the outgoing opportunities, you get to hear a little bit about their market and what they share some opportunities, but they also, what you just said is so important, is it lets you know what their members are looking for, their clients, what they're looking for in the States. And so that's, as an agent, that's what you're always looking for, is win-wins, right? And you're trying to figure out opportunities as shifting markets occur. Now I have on the screen right now the Miami Congress. This is not just for members, right? So somebody watching that is not a member of the Miami Association of Realtors, they can attend, and that's under $300 too. I think that's $299. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. And if it's one of our Miami partner associations here in the United States, they can get it for member cost. Okay. And so if you're not sure whether you are, you can always send us an email and check. And if we don't have a partnership with your association already, we would love to establish one. So that's easy. I want to mention why there are only approximately 200 participants, because, for example, Miami just had our first Rock the Market full day event at the Hard Rock Hotel. And it was the first one we've been able to have since the pandemic. And we had over 1,700 people there that one day. And how many exhibits, Letty? 60?
Yes.
And so it was absolutely a blowout event. So we can get the numbers. And we used to have not that big, but larger numbers for our Congress in the earlier years. But we scaled back because we don't want the international guests to be overwhelmed. We want it to be a manageable mix of the very top real estate professionals in Miami's 4-county market and any others who, Chicago Main Street usually sends a delegation down, and they do just a great job. We've hosted a number of other groups from different U.S. associations, but we have people coming from 14 different countries this year. And I will tell you that Brazil is not going to have, they're not going to take number one this year. But there was one year that they took number one delegation with 80 wow. Brazilians who came. So right now, it's not quite the time for Brazil's market to have 80 people come, but they'll be back up again, and then they will be a contender. Right now, it looks like from the Netherlands, a group of 24 is probably going to be our largest. We will again have a delegation from France. They've been here with us several years. They are absolutely amazing. They have their own luxury property network, and they're open to connecting with other people, and we're happy to give them the opportunity to connect as well. And there are usually 6 to 8 of them, and they're from Paris and French Riviera and all of the important markets in France. And so the other countries that are coming are Germany, Brazil will be here, Dominican Republic, France I just mentioned, El Salvador, Mexico, Paraguay, Ecuador, Belize, Jamaica, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Canada, and the Netherlands. And those are only the ones that are confirmed so far. The international people, surprisingly enough, are not the earliest ones to confirm. Yeah. And we expect our biggest delegations to be the year that they can go straight from here to the NAR Next conference in Orlando. And so we end on Tuesday night, and on Wednesday or Thursday, everyone can take off for Orlando, and it works out beautifully. We have a new high-speed train that isn't ready yet, but we were hoping it would be. And so they're saying after the first of the year. But can you imagine the crazy 200 people on one train headed to Orlando from the Miami Congress? We think that's going to be a lot of fun.
So tell me about that. I remember the discussion about the train. It was under construction. I believe the mayor spoke about that at the 2019. So what? How long is the train ride from Miami to Orlando? And what's for those that are geographically challenged and they don't understand the Miami driving? How far of a drive would it be from Miami to Orlando? And what's the train ride going to be on this?
It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive. And so it's not so bad, but it's not a lot of fun. It's 3 or 4 hours in a car. And the train, you can get up, you can walk around, you can work, you can talk, you can do business, you can do whatever you want to do.
Stretch out.
And I think it's going to be a little over 2 hours, but I'm not sure. They'll make quick stops in Fort Lauderdale and in Palm Beach.
Mm.
And then it will go, I believe, straight on to Orlando. And the next phase of it, when this one is finished, they're already working on the connection to Tampa. And one of their stops in Orlando will actually be the most fun place on earth, and that's Disney. But it's really going to be amazing, and it is a high-speed train, and it's beautiful. And we've taken a few trips just here in the Southeast Florida corridor because it's been live and working for some time. But we're very excited about that.
That's great. That's great. So give us an update on the Miami real estate market. Here we are. I'm not anticipating you to memorize numbers and all this, but here we are mid-October. How are you doing? Mid-October compared to, of course, mid-October last year was still the hot sellers market. Have you guys cooled down a little bit? Are you seeing maybe price changes? Are you seeing days on the market increase? Tell me a little bit about and I know you guys service such a big part of Southern Florida, but overall, what are you seeing?
So basically what's happened is Miami used to be the most expensive and the most active market of Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach. And during the pandemic, that started evening out. And so Miami is still by far the largest, and it is still the most active, especially as it relates to international. But Broward and Palm Beach have become as expensive as Miami. So good news, bad news. You're a property owner, and that's really good news for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's happened is prices have cooled just a little bit. So we have had, I don't know, it's like almost 3 years of constant price increases. So that's not sustainable.
No.
And some of those price increases after we were only down for like 2.5 months during the pandemic, and down didn't mean not doing business, because our crack government affairs team had identified that we were actually included in the exemptions for those who could continue to do business. And so Miami-Dade County members could continue to do business during that period of time. But it was a lesser because people didn't know what they could do, or, all of that.
With caution.
And then thanks to the governor and the state of Florida, and we actually have a senator, a state senator who is on staff with us in our special initiatives staff. And the governor and the legislature were able to make all of Florida active to do business. And we've been credited, they've been credited almost everywhere for why Florida is still stronger than the rest of the nation for real estate, for economy, for business, for jobs, for anything that you could possibly name. The other thing that happened is the mayor.
Yes, you are, by the way. Yes, you are to be admired. That's why I thought I might see Governor DeSantis on that hot list of who's a surprise visit.
He's a little busy. And so anyway, the mayor that you mentioned is the mayor of Miami, and he happens to be the president of the U.S. Council of Mayors. And what he did during the pandemic is something no one else had done. And we had started getting a lot of fintech business in here. Some big names, big companies, big numbers, big, at the time where everybody thought the office market was going to, just absolutely fall apart. They came in and started leasing, entire floors of major office buildings in downtown and Brickell. And then one of them leased a lot of space and then turned around and bought the building that he leased in, plus another building that was in that complex. And it's just gone on and on and on for Miami in particular, but also Broward and Palm Beach. And so we have become the number one place for these major finance and technology companies to move. And Chicago's lost a couple of big ones to us. But anyway, the fun thing that happened.
Don't get me started on that, though, by the way. We could do a whole show on that.
Yes, absolutely. But what's really fun is one or two of those tech companies was meeting with the mayor, and they came up with the idea that they funded a couple of billboards in Silicon Valley and LA area. And one of them was thinking of coming to Miami, DM me. Mayor Francis Suarez. And that got a huge amount of attention. And then there was another one, which was fun. And it showed just somebody you could tell was on the beach, and there were the legs, the laptop was there. And it said, if you could do business anywhere, if you could work from anywhere, why aren't you in Miami? And it was DM me, Mayor Francis Suarez. Wow. And he's hosted cafecitos, for technology and for finance. And we have had major, conferences here on blockchain and NFT and everything you can possibly imagine. So
I spoke at a blockchain event down by you. I came down.
Yeah. So we'll be sprinkling a little of that into the Congress as well.
Good. Yeah, you guys are definitely pro-business, and it shows, right? I mean, I don't know a whole lot of people that love a lot of restrictions and wasteful spending, but that's a whole nother topic. You guys have an amazing economy down there. I'm so excited and honored to be a presenter again this year, and there is a really robust lineup. I recommend everybody go to miamicongress.com, miamicongress.com. You need to experience it. The hotel is amazing, the Biltmore Hotel, and again, it should be a bucket list item for any agent that wants to increase your reach, your global awareness, your global, not just awareness, your global knowledge, as well as referring sources. I mean, that's really that's one of the fringe benefits, of course, to all this. And of course, luxury, we're on Luxury Fridays, luxury is a global business, right? So having those connections is really important. Anything else either of you ladies would like to add?
Well, I just wanted to mention, so the week before Congress, we will be hosting Michael, and he will be doing a luxury class for us. And I invite you all to that class.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we'll be sharing details on that coming, as well as they'll be sharing to the Miami members. I have a lot of Florida friends, Southern Florida realtors I'm friends with. We'll get you guys details on that. And our next designation training, I mentioned it earlier, is in Houston. The Houston Association of Realtors is having us out on November 15th. Those of you that are watching can simply go to luxurydesignation.com, luxurydesignation.com. All the details, including location, it's going to be in the Galleria. Teresa, you mentioned in Dubai on that Wednesday, you're going to do some mansion tours or development tours. We do mansion tours on many of our designation trainings as well. Pick out one or two mansions that are on the market, and then the listing agent, they are the host. They tour us through the home, and I asked a bunch of questions as far as, is this your price or the owner's price? Talk to me about what do you think the best features are, and we diagnose the home with 30, 50 other real estate agents there, and we put together a nice report for that listing agent. They benefit, the sellers benefit. It's really a win-win.
That sounds amazing.
Right.
One of the other things I wanted to mention that's unique about our market is that is our commercial connection with our residential and both of their connections to global. So we have a robust suite of programs, products, and services for the members. And our position is, with 60,000 members, no one size fits all. So, when people say, why do you have 4 tax programs? And my first answer is because we can. And secondly, is because people choose different ones for different reasons, for different customers or clients that they're working with. But a big opportunity with all those programs is that they're all connected in with our MLS. So 25 years ago, our commercial professionals started to list their properties in the MLS, not because of the MLS, but because it connected to this IMAP, tax property mapping demographics, that they used in development, and it was an incredibly serious commercial program. But then we found out that it was great for residential too. So we bulk purchased it for everybody. And so commercial started using the MLS for that reason. And then they found other programs that we had that made their lives easier and helped them with marketing and so forth. So what actually happened is, while we were trying to do some of those other Xceligent and some of those other commercial systems out there, and nobody could come up with the one that was going to work. We actually divided our MLS into two, and we created a commercial facing MLS that's all commercially branded. Commercial printouts are branded for them. They don't have to sort through residential searches. They can go straight to commercial searches and properties, and their prime services are linked right at the top. And if they want to see residential, they just click a button up at the top that says residential, and there's the whole
Wow.
database of everything. Their number one request when I told them we were going to create this new thing for them is they wanted to make sure that residential was still going to have access to their listings. And that's unique in the commercial world,
Yeah, with LoopNet and CoStar, I mean, those are separate subscription services. Their MLS, so to speak, is totally different.
And most commercial people don't want to mess with residential people. What happened with ours is they learned starting 25 years ago that they sold more properties when residential people would bring deals to them, bring buyers to them. And then they realized they sold more international properties. And so their number one question when we were creating this new system is that residential would still have access to their listings. And then the other thing that's beautiful is that we probably have more residential members who occasionally list commercial and investment properties, largely because they're working with international buyers. And so that's worked beautifully because all of their listings are available to all of the commercial. The next thing we did, and this is all in the last 3 years, the next thing we did is started doing distribution, syndication of our commercial listings to specific commercial sites. And just one little one that was so powerful is the Economic Development Group here in Miami-Dade County is called the Beacon Council. Okay. They used to use another unnamed source for all of their listings and commercial listings. And they found they weren't up to date. They weren't accurate. They weren't complete. And so they switched over, and their entire source of commercial properties is Miami commercial listings. And It's just gone on from there. And it's a beautiful, it's like public-private partnership. It's also a residential commercial partnership and global. And Miami and Florida just did their global survey that NAR does for us each year. And the results aren't out yet, but I got preliminary results, and the numbers are way up over last year for international sales. And we just got rated by one of the top media newspapers after a survey that they did as the number one market for foreign investors here in the entire United States is Miami.
Wow, that's huge.
That's it.
Well, the commercial collaboration with residential, they are different animals, and they don't necessarily, I don't want to say jive, but they're different animals, right? They're different entities. And you've streamlined where they can be separate, but they can also cross-reference and help each other. And that's really big because, for those that are watching, residential real estate agent like myself, I could sell commercial and a commercial agent could sell residential, but I'm a big believer. Yeah, step out of your comfort zone. We teach that, but also stay in your lane. Know what you're really good at. And then if something you're not comfortable with, refer it to somebody that you like and trust that specializes in that, right? Just our course is luxury specialist, not generalist, not luxury generalist, right? So specialist, it's a better overall experience for the consumer, which will help, with referrals and everything else. So
anyway, thanks for letting us be here on your luxury program. And we love what you do. We love how you do it. That's why we keep bringing you back to train our members. And we look forward to seeing you soon. And we'd love to see some of your audience.
Thank you. Yes, I want to get some people there for sure. I've been in Vegas the last 3 weeks, and I'm telling people about this conference. And seriously, I mean, I have. And so I'm hoping to get some friendly faces that I know, and would be new faces for you down there.
We also are going to have the person who is in charge of the entire International Property Show and a lot of other things in Dubai, Dawood Al-Shazawi, and he's going to be speaking. And we will have an expo area where we'll be answering questions and telling everybody more about that incredible IPS and YPN Global Conference coming up in Dubai.
Yeah, I might have to go to Dubai. It's been a bucket list item.
We'd love to put you on stage there.
All right.
Okay.
We're capturing his interest.
I think so.
Great. Well, hey, thank you so much, ladies. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Again, MiamiCongress.com, MiamiCongress.com for more information on this event, November 6th through the 8th at the Biltmore Hotel, historic hotel. And Teresa and Letty, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys, Michael LaFido here. We had Sarah jumped in from Atlanta. She said it's a bucket list item for her as well. Thanks for the comment. Dubai is, as well as the International Congress event, is a bucket list item for her. So thank you. Guys, this has been an amazing show. Teresa and Letty, I've known them for years, and literally they have raised the bar, and they are the gold standard for associations. And that's no disrespect to Houston or, MRED and is our MLS, and Main Street or CAR. They are really doing some amazing things down there. So any questions, if you guys have them, type them in the comment sections, please. Next week, we're going to be, we're going to have another special guest that we'll announce. And don't forget, you guys can always go to our YouTube channel to subscribe, and you'll be notified when we plan to go live. And we on this software, we basically put the date in and the time, and it pushes it out. You'll be notified when we do that. Or you can go to luxuryfridays.com, and that top link is the most updated link as to when we are presenting, the date, the time, and it will redirect you to our YouTube channel. Again, I'm your host, Michael LaFido. I do have to let you know about this date. I'm really excited about it. It's coming up. Be here before we know it. I think it's 31 days away, if I'm not mistaken. 31 days and 22 hours is going to be our next designation event. And we do have a couple spots available, but I got to tell you, we are getting a lot of signups this week. Real estate agents don't know what they're doing on Monday, let alone in 31 days. So we get a lot of registrations late, but this is going to be down in the Galleria in Houston. Our friends, the Houston Association of Realtors, are the sponsors for this, and that's why the costs are a little bit down, and we got some cool bonus items. But if you guys go to luxurydesignation.com, you'll find out more information about our upcoming event. I'm looking forward to it. We got some bonus items, and we are going to be incorporating in a mansion tour. Not sure date and time on that. It's either going to be the night before or the morning after. More to come there. I'm your host, Michael LaFido. If there's no other questions on this Friday, my challenge to you is to build others up. Make somebody's day. I'm a big believer that the news wants to divide you. They want to divide us. They want to put garbage in your brain. I think garbage in, unfortunately, garbage stays. So who do you listen to? What are you reading? I believe you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You hang out with 9 dead broke people, Zig Ziglar said, you're bound to be the 10th. So I say hang out with 9 overachievers, 9 lifter-uppers. The world has enough people that are critiques. They'll criticize you. They'll pull you down. Surround yourself with builder-uppers. My name is Michael LaFido. Make it a great Friday. And do me a favor, if you are getting value from Luxury Fridays, don't keep it a secret. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. If you've got our book, please leave us a review. Until next time, I'm losing my voice. My name is Michael LaFido. Check out previous episodes. Check out our podcast, Michael LaFido, Luxury Fridays. Until next time, appreciate everybody's time, and we'll talk to you soon. Make it a great day.